got that nerd rage. Nerd rage. I got that nerd rage. Nerd rage.
They say I nerd rage. I say they don't understand. Keep talking trash, bitch. I'm gonna have to ban you from my chat.
Did the movie exceed graphic novel expectations? Did the graphic novel, like, basically set a base for a better movie? All this and more.
Exactly.
I'm currently going to be plugging...
Plug.
Get
your friends on over. Tell them to watch. Tell them to listen.
All right. Before I continue, let me also just... Other than watching us on Facebook Live right now, you can also listen to us on Spreaker.com/filling_/the_/void. You can also listen to playback of all of our episodes on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, Player FM, TuneIn, and hopefully iHeartRadio after this episode, because we need 5 episodes in order to be on iHeartRadio, and this is episode 5 as of this broadcast.
5!
Nerd episodes.
You know...
it's been our thing for years.
I love you.
I know. Also, really quick, guys, I put this out there on Saturday via post. I do it now, better now that we're live and we actually have some viewers. For a long time, there's been some requests or inquiries or whatever about possible Nerd Herder shirts or anything like that. If there's enough interest, I put it out. How many of you would actually be interested? I actually did a Redbubble shop.
Mm-hmm.
Featuring the Nerd Herders logos, featuring caricatures of the trio, respectively, or something like that. If that's something that you'd be interested in, definitely leave comments. Let us know. If there's enough of an interest from people, we'll probably move forward with it and maybe get some Nerd Herders swag out there. Whether it be. And Redbubble's got some really cool shit. Like
it really does.
They've got journals, T-shirts, hats.
Cafe Press, the options in which to put your art on is so much better. The quality, because I have a lot of Redbubble shirts. The quality is amazing, and it's fairly decently priced. I mean, for the shirts I used to get, they would range anywhere between $19.95 to $21. But again, the quality of the shirts, they use blank American Apparel shirts.
And bear in mind, the reason for the expense is because the cost of the shirt, and of course, the potential.
The Disney me.
The Disney version of her and everything like that. So,
I love that thing.
Again, if we get enough comments and likes on something like that, we will potentially push forward with that.
Oh yeah, we can even do, Redbubble does allow for some leniency when it comes to copyrighted items, so we could very easily do, pop culture related things to our episodes, even if we wanted.
Exactly. So, it'll be some Nerd Herders swag, Nerd Herders related swag.
Yeah, have the Spike with B-movie type style shirts.
Push forward with. Alright, that being said, the shameless plugging aside, it is now time for your nerd news of the week. For those of you that always know, we back it up to Saturday, and then we push on through. For those of you that potentially maybe are out there listening or watching that are new to the show, basically what we do is after we air our show the previous week, we post the news, back it up from the week following, and we push on forward. Alright, well, that being said, starting with Saturday news. Okay, well, Saturday, this is actually more of a Friday thing, but Saturday, Xbox One's Netflix-style subscription server has officially launched. Basically, the way it works is it's a monthly gamer pass that currently features over 100 titles. If you enjoy... Now, here's where it gets a little weird. Now, if you enjoy the game and you want to keep it permanently, you can save up to 20% when you purchase the game, and 10% on all DLC. Microsoft does plan on adding more every month, like a Netflix, while some will also be getting taken off, like a Netflix style.
Yeah.
And everything like that. So if that's something you're interested in, go on your Xbox One and check it out. They're doing a free 14-day trial right now. This is one of two stories where life imitates arts in a sense, where actors portraying real-life superheroes. Really, as we know, Robert Downey Jr. does a lot of things with children's hospitals. Chris Pratt does a lot of things, out there and everything like that, as well as Chris Evans. Like, they take their being superheroes very, very seriously. And everything like that. Well, now joining them as well is actor and newbie Spider-Man Tom Holland. Tom Holland recently visited on a children's hospital in full Spider-Man movie gear, and more than just walking around, like he was going up and down the hallways because he's been studying and everything like that. He's doing all the flips and acrobatics through the hallways and visiting the children. Is as Jack Sparrow. And the funny thing is, like, Johnny Depp's own reps and agents and security people constantly tell him, oh, don't, and Johnny Depp just, I'm doing it anyway. And he just goes out and does it.
Johnny Depp makes me want to be a sick kid.
I know, right? But really, really cool. Pushing forward, like, he said becoming a Marvel superhero was always one of his dreams, and the fact that he's going the extra mile, like his fellow actors, I think it's just relatively awesome. I think it's absolutely spectacular. Pressing forward to Sunday news, this is kind of a controversial piece that we could turn into a little bit of discussion here in terms of what everybody's thinking, where this is coming from. Dan Aykroyd took some, literally blasted director Paul Feig's of the new Ghostbusters film, like literally blasted him, and he was quoted as saying, "I don't think he will be he'll be allowed back on a Sony studio and everything like that," citing that mostly because the reshoots had cost him so much, upwards to like $30,000 to $40,000, $30 to $40 million. Sorry, $30 to $40 million. Despite what it grossed and everything like that. But someone close to production said that is not the case, that it's actually $3 million to $4 million. And then Monday, Aykroyd went and did another interview and kind of not really retracted his words, but softened his words. He was like, he commended the cast. They were all superb and they did wonderful, wonderful things. And the director did wonderful things with them. but it was just too costly to garner another sequel. Basically, the general gist was there was not going to be a sequel based off of that. He's like, I really don't see them reprising their roles, unfortunately, despite their stellar work, because the director spent too much money on reshoots. Because basically what he's saying is they were advising him, because Dan Aykroyd is also executive producer on the last Ghostbusters film.
Yes.
And as we know, is other than original cast member, he's also a writer of the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
And he was saying they were given the
I'm checking to see if that's working.
why our video people are saying we're not streaming.
I can't watch the video. It keeps buffering on me, so I can't load it to find out.
Yeah, John was saying his screen wasn't clear either.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's difficult, to say the least.
I mean, it is recording, so we do apologize for any technical difficulties. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems more of like a professional jealousy or something. Like, it seems like something more personally bitter there.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
It's hard to say, because part of it does sound like that, and the other part is you know, fighting for creative control, etc., etc.
But also just the way he puts him out on blast, where he's just like, he's not going to be welcome back on a Sony, like, production set anytime soon or ever again. No, actually, he said ever again.
There's obviously more to the story.
Yeah, he's like Sony doesn't like to lose money and everything, but it still did fairly well.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Maybe he attributes some of the backlash, you know, of what it received towards. I don't know. It could be something as simple as holding a grudge. Like, it's saying that, you know, we are still going, but
Yeah, I mean, we're getting comments and everything as if we're going, so it might just be your
that's
phone.
the last one that I had even seen.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
So I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. Hopefully
with the
things are
Facebook
okay.
feed.
Well, pressing forward with the nerd news. Also on Sunday news, Nintendo Switch dropped a trailer for a new game coming to them. And it was funny because it really recognized the truth and even spoofed its predecessor. They dropped the trailer for Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn. Now, for those of you who remember, the original Shaq Fu game, this is at the height of Shaq's, popularity while he was in the NBA, and he was a rapper, and he was a superhero, and then he had the video game Shaq Fu, which was terrible. And the funny thing is, the commercial even says, a game came out, and it basically blatantly says it was awful, it was god-awful, it shows you the original game and everything like that. And then it says, Heroes are Reborn, and it shows a brand new, all new graphics, all new engine, a lot more exciting, a lot more gameplay. I hope it lives up, because it did look fun. It looked really cartoony. It looked kind of awesome. But what I commend Nintendo for was, it was terrible.
The way it was advertised was just...
you watched it with me. It was terrible.
It was brutal, but honest. And it was one of those things where it's like, all right, you guys aren't taking yourself seriously.
It's like,
Thank
you know what? We know we screwed this up.
Mm-hmm.
We knew we screwed this up. Well, moving forward with Monday news. As we reported about it a week or two ago, Josh Gad has been taking a lot to social media in terms of his teases with a potential appearance in Batman as the Penguin.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went on to further say, I'm just messing around, I'm just having some fun because it's social media and everything like that. It's nothing real, it's nothing legit, but although I would love to do it. Well, Josh Gad took to his hijinks once again via Twitter this week by posting a picture of himself with DC Films co-head and president / COO of DC Entertainment, Jeff Johns. And also in the picture, he just so happens to be holding a copy of the Batman Adventures. And what was adorning the cover of the Batman Adventures?
I wonder!
The Penguin. Which has got many people starting to believe, like, alright, dude, just come out with it already.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing the Penguin. And again, this is still not confirming that he is, but the fact that he's in these pictures with these people...
If he isn't, this is like the most epic troll job.
Oh my god, it really is. It really is. Although Miss Foxy stated a really cool fact, like because I had mentioned like, Jeff Johns, we know, is one of the best comic